So starting the test drive in this Aviator, it's a very plush ride, even in this more basic trim level. I mean, none of the Aviators are necessarily base models, but for this to be the lowest trim, you get quite a bit of luxury here, but you're also paying quite a bit of money as well, relatively speaking. Now, I do like the sound that you get from the exhaust from the engine. You get a 3-liter twin-turbo V6, which is pretty nice, pretty good acceleration, and then relatively good fuel economy when you don't have your foot in it and you're in eco mode. Now the eco mode, it tends to, you can kind of feel it dialing the vehicle back. So not necessarily something, if you want the cleanest feel, the most luxurious feel, that I would keep in if I'm driving around the city. So I'm going to put that into the normal mode now. Now, when this hits bumps, it's actually pretty nice. Not saying that you can't feel them, but I just drove a Mach-E before this, and just hitting these same bumps in the Mach-E is like night and day in this Aviator. So the ride quality here is very nice, very impressive. And I just like the overall interior here. It feels more minimal, I guess, but you still have buttons for the shifter. You still have your shortcuts down here, but a lot of the stuff is put in the radio, and it actually gives it a cleaner feel, in my opinion. Even though you don't have buttons and knobs for the AC controls, you still have, again, a clean look, and you're not missing much either. And yeah, the normal driving mode compared to the eco in this Aviator is like night and day. It feels very, very smooth in the normal mode. In the eco mode, I don't want to say it's choppy, but you can feel the throttle limiter working, if that makes sense. So we'll probably have to wait to get on the interstate before we can give it a pull, unfortunately. But I'm going to give it a little something. But I mean, the boost is great. In this Excite mode, that's really where you get all your power there. In this drive mode, those turbos really put in work. I have a little bit of room here, so let's see what I can do. Here we go. pickup is very good, very good. Now I want to give one more big thanks to Ford Lincoln of Franklin for allowing me to review this Aviator today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But I mean, overall, very luxurious car. Again, for this to be a Premier One, it's pretty good. Now, my lane centering is not working for whatever reason now. It's probably because my lane keeping system isn't on. But, no, it says not available now. It might have to do with the glare. Oh, it says it can't see my face. Okay, I mean, it's right here, but there it is. So then you have the hands-free driving there. But I mean, for the money, you get a lot here. Again, for this to be the bottom trim, you get so much here. So I can't really say it's a rip-off or it's too much money. It's a lot of money, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's too much for the segment. You get so much here with this spec, and just a great luxury SUV overall. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Lincoln Aviator Premier One.